Look, the long story short is, I didn't hide any of this from you. I gave you all the keys to the kingdom. I showed you all the path. I showed you in real time as it was happening, as I was changing, as I was adapting, as I was growing. I articulated this all for you. I showed you the way. I showed you everything that was necessary. I gave you the keys. I didn't build this kingdom and sit on this throne and say, ha ha ha, mine, because it wasn't a gift. I built it brick by brick. I showed you how to get yours. I showed you how to do what I do. So if you're sitting back jealous, envious, angry, spiteful, just know that you had this ability the entire time. And yes, I am incredibly hardworking. And yes, I do have discipline. And yes, I do have a moral code. It wasn't always like that. I wasn't perfect. This was a continuous system of trial and error, cause and effect, failure and learning, but continuing on anyways. And I gave it all to you in real time. In real time, as it was happening. I showed you the good, I showed you the bad, I showed you the ugly, I showed you the awakening process. I gave you the guidance and the wisdom that I was receiving in real time. So if you chose to sit back and watch for inspiration, then do nothing about it but be angry about you not having this for yourself. It's because you chose not to do it. You chose not to do the inner work. I gave you everything. I didn't sit on my throne and say, Daddy gave me this, now I'm in charge. This is what it's gonna be. I built it. And I showed you all how to do the same. I gave it away freely. I didn't charge a single dollar to anybody for any advice. I never monetized any of my profiles. I didn't charge for psychic readings, even though I'm very psychic. I gave a bunch away. Because I saw a bigger goal. I saw the divinity in all of this. I saw walking a chosen path. I saw God's creation, humble creation. I gave this because God told me to give it. God told me to show it. God said they need to awaken because being asleep is destroying them. Show them the way. But you're going to struggle and you're going to go through hardship and you're going to go through pain. In the end, the rewards will be great. And now the rewards are great. I have a kingdom that God gave me. I run it in His image. Elevation, helping people. Free flowing of information. A spiritual community based on real spiritual principles. This was a gift to the world from God through me. So yes, it was a long, hard road. Yes, I showed you the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs. And yes, I showed you that anyone can triumph. But it's a personal choice. Free will and divine law are still in existence. You have to choose it. But the reality of it is, you can live in comfortable suffering and mediocrity, or you can spend a little time doing the inner work and become great. It's your choice. The keys were handed to you. All you had to do was unlock the door. And it was a little lonely at times, and it was difficult at times, and it was rough, and the attacks were immense. But, I mean, what does that really mean once you really have God in your heart? Once you have a divine mission, once you found your passion, once you saw the end game and you realized this can become a reality, and just chose to, against all odds, work for it faithfully, relentlessly, continuously, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is no other way for me to exist now except doing God's will, doing God's work, and loving every minute of it, even the hard parts. All the figuring out, all the meditation, all the prayer, all the spiritual wisdom I gained, the internal peace, the structure I was able to create, direct connection to Source. These things are universal gifts. They are cosmic gifts. And for me to have them and charge for them or exploit people with them, how could you do that? How could you take something so sacred and use it to harm others? That's why I just don't understand the darkness. We don't align. But I used to be there. I used to be there, so I kind of do understand at the same time that hopelessness, feeling like there's no escape, that feeling like this is all it's ever going to be, this is my only option, this is what I have to do. But I was never exposed to it either. And then once I became exposed to it, I had to spread it to the world. Now you've all been exposed to it. You've seen what it's like on the other side, and you saw me at my darkest. You've seen what it's like at the other side, and I showed you the roadmap. I gave you the blueprint to get there. So now if you're jealous or envious or angry, it's you being angry at you for not taking the gift that's been handed to you and using it the right way. If your whole motivation in life is tear somebody else down because you don't know how else to survive, and somebody hands you the keys to the kingdom and says, here's the roadmap, do this, the world is yours. And you choose not to accept that key because your ego and pride got in the way, thinking you were better when you were really worse and you knew it. That's confusion, that's delusion, that's illusion. It's not the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's been, but it doesn't have to be that way anymore. You have the power, you have the ability, you have the roadmap, you have the keys. It's your responsibility to unlock the door. It's your choice to stay in darkness. Nobody can make you be anything you don't want to be. I'm living proof of that. Now this is what I want to be. This is who I want to be. This is what I want to do, and I love it. I work tirelessly to keep this going and keep building it, keep growing it. I don't stop. I don't quit. I fail and I fall, but I learn, I get back up, and I keep going. This could be you. This could be you. Healthy, vibrant, confident. This could be you. Faithful, at peace, balanced, helping people, being a part of something bigger. If this is not you, it's because you chose something different, and your pride and your ego dictated that you should stay in suffering. But you only need to suffer for as long as you want to. It's your choice. Welcome to the collective.